You know, I'm going to keep the branch there because the branch is a metaphor to getting yourself out your own road and being able to see. I'm going to tell you a lovely story for the start of the Easter holidays. And basically what it is, it takes me back to the 80s when I had my first confectionery vehicle, and I used to sit and listen to Andy and Midgie every week. And all they were interested in was my margins per product. They were only interested in takings and interested in how much money did we make every week, even down to every day. You fast forward that into about 2004 when my non-exec Colin would ask me the same thing. Who are you and how much money do you earn? I struggled to answer that question. And when people come into the pathway, it's the two questions I ask them. Who are you? Don't talk about your work or your business, and tell me what it is you want. And are you in business? If the answer is yes, how much money do you make? So we go to London, we go to Ireland, and we go to Scotland. And in the last 4 weeks, including last week, we sat with entrepreneurs, which I can call entrepreneurs now because they were operators when I first met them. I would probably say one of them's a business owner, and I'd say the other two are more entrepreneurial. But when they're given a piece of paper over the table, they get the same feeling as I got when Colin told Christine put 10 grand into Stevie's bank every month. And I remember how that felt, especially when I was always irrelevant and always thought of other people. And as these entrepreneurs who had obstacles in their way until they met me, they made a decision and started working from the frontal cortex. They made different decisions and that led to different outcomes. Well, in the last 4 weeks, we definitely have had different outcomes because in the board meetings, they've been given a piece of paper. One had 6 figures and the other two had 5 figures. And as their eyes popped, the accountant said, Stevie's right. He told you when he came on board, the only thing he was interested was we have to make sure that you create financial wealth for yourself and your family. Now, to watch them get 6 figures and 5 figures and then see the financial manager come through and say that's it, transferred, there's no other feeling like it. So it goes back to the pathway. Who are you? What do you want? Are you in business? Yes. How much money do you make? And how do I know that feeling? Because that's the feeling I had when Colin did the exact same thing to me. I've always had support and I've always removed my obstacles because I know I am the obstacle. But when you do it with support, and you do it with support who's somebody that's studied neurology for 44 years and still has been developed and coached and still aggressively does events, I'll see patterns that you can't even see. But when it comes to the simple matrix of business, I've been doing it since 1980. That's 45 years of evidence and knowledge that you're getting passed on. And just like the 3 entrepreneurs and business owners in Ireland, England and Scotland, 5 figures and 6 figures put into their bank in the last 4 weeks because they made different decisions and got the obstacle out their own way because they didn't want to be significant, they didn't want to listen to their ego anymore, they wanted to contribute, grow and connect, and it created different outcomes. So I'm going to ask you, do you know who you are? And if you're in business, do you make money? Don't avoid the questions. Straight through.